one of the constant refrains, and it's been repeated again this week, is that there has been a campaign for a long period of time to bring openness, light, and some transparency to Parliament itself. I know it sounds an odd thing to say, but in almost every government department, including, ironically, the Ministry of Education, the Official Information Act applies, and good and industrious little beavers like, oh, I don't know, the Free Speech Union or the Taxpayers Union get involved in other pressure and public groups in the media to find out information as to how your dollars are spent. But there's one standout, one organisation that is immune from any form of inspection as to how it spends our money and for whom it should be accountable. And that is Parliament itself, a conspiracy of all of the parties to hide from you and I details as to how all of those particular parties spend our money on what, and I suspect on whom. Joining us to talk about that is Rhys Hurley from the Taxpayers Union and their latest effort to shed some light on behalf of us all on an institution that refuses to turn the lights on. Rhys joins us now. Rhys, thanks for joining us, mate. Nice to have you on this morning.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
You would have heard my introduction. You've sent out something this week in which you say that the Greens, who appeared to be on your side, now appear to have flip-flopped on this issue. So there's a complete blanket of all of the political parties to try and stop getting access. Is that a fair characterisation?
Yeah, so back in 2008, the Greens supported bringing parliamentary service under the OIA. Currently, it's still in their policy, but they only speak publicly about it when it suits them. So, for example, last week they talked about keeping private fishermen boats under the OIA, so you could request their footage. But they're only bringing up parliamentary service coming under the OIA, occasionally. So it seems like publicly they've dropped the policy.
Okay, so, but the Greens really are just one party. I mean, you would anticipate that if Labour and National wanted to be open and fair and transparent, they'd support the opening up of parliamentary services as well. I'm assuming that they are the primary blocks, are they, of that information being made available?
Well, yeah, and the thing is, we've actually done polling on their supporters, and 62% of the public wants these reforms. And across all parties, except Party Māori, there's a majority of support within these parties for reform.
So why is the parliamentary service immune from inspection as to how it spends our money?
Well, basically, they've got a carve-out under the existing law, and that's why it needs to change.
But what's the rationale for that carve-out, Rhys?
I'm not exactly sure. I'm pretty sure it might have been back in the day. It's just how they compared with other countries who had this system. But, currently the UK already has parliamentary service under their laws, because back in 2009 there was an expense scandal where it was found that MPs were spending money on things like moat cleaning.
Yes, that's right. And a number of members of Parliament had to resign because they were misusing public funds in the UK. But that's because we found out that they were. We are not getting access to that information, or can't get access to the same information in New Zealand, can we?
No, we can't.
Okay. So you've been running this campaign now for how long, Rhys? It must be a year or two, must be even longer than that, is it?
Yeah, the Open the Books campaign has been going for about a year, and we've been pushing it, but we're hoping that the Parliament bill, which is coming up to select, it's just gone through select committee, will be how we get these reforms across the line. Supporters have submitted on the bill pushing for this.
Are you getting any support at all, though, for that particular amendment?
Um, well, I've not got the numbers in front of me, but we had a lot of people submitting on the bill.
In favour of the openness that you're saying. So, what I'm trying to say, though, Rhys, is it's one thing for the public to say it. You're going to need, obviously, people within Parliament, elected members of Parliament, to support it. Have you got any people who have said, "Yep, that's a good idea. We're going to support that amendment"?